Very good, friends. Doc South here, and we I got a rare moment or two off from work today at the supermarket, and ugh, so I thought I'd knock out another video before I head off. It's going to be a long day, slugging it out there in the dairy aisle today. And I've been watching, of course, like everyone, with, biting my fingernails over this pandemic we're in with COVID-19 and the resulting problems it's causing. This is a hairy situation. And it's one of those darned if you do, darned if you don't kind of things. And it's weighing on people something fierce. I've seen folks in the supermarket scared to death that they're just by walking through the aisles they're going to catch the virus. There's people that are crying at the front door because they can't wear a mask through they it's they have a lung condition that perhaps negates the idea of wearing a mask, and they're scared to go in the store because people are going to yell at them. And so, some of these folks are, widows, and they just have no one to go for them. And it's tough on people. And then there's folks who are, losing their businesses. And gosh, you see that going on. I know, I know what that's like. I lost a business, a very nice secondhand store that just fell apart, and I it's tough. It's tough to go through, and you. I would say it was some of the worst moments of my life to do that. Now a lot of people are having the same situation, and so you sort of see there's the faction that says, well, everybody just shut down for a few months and we'll all live, and but the businesses will die. And yet if the businesses work, go to work and run full tilt, well, people may die. The virus will spread more. It's a very, very rough situation to be looking at. It's sort of a darned if you do, darned if you don't kind of thing going on. And the only thing I can think of is we all got to kind of pull together. And rather than, I, I think what started this, I saw a guy one day, he was coming out of a store, and he's ripping off his mask as he comes out of, again, it was some store. And he's shouting about, pretty soon there's going to be guns, guns. And I said, what are you sore about? He said, well, this mask stuff is baloney. Well, he didn't call it baloney. He called it something else that starts with a B. Top of his lungs, kids around and stuff. And, I don't think he's quite seeing it like you should see it. It is a bad situation to catch that virus. And yet it's also bad to be, to see something you've worked on for 20, 30 years, a nice business, fall apart, or to lose a relative to this thing. Or to have it yourself and have to go through all the different treatments. It doesn't look like the treatments are much fun, near as I can see. So this is tough. And, I think what we've got to do is try just as hard as we can to be good to one another. It sounds crazy, but getting out and helping. Maybe you're not up to being an EMT or or some kind of civic servant, but there's other things you can do. You can check on your neighbors, especially if they're living alone or elderly. See how they're doing. Maybe go get their groceries for them so they don't have to be afraid to go. If nothing else, yeah, you make a new friend. There's got to be all sorts of volunteer groups out there, or things you can do to just make the day nicer for people. Like I'll tell you one thing I like to do is out front of the. I have almost no DJ work. Oh my God! If I was counting on that right now, forget it. Um, I'd be skinnier than I already am. But you know what I like doing? I just and I offer this to anyone cares to have me. I set up like at the supermarket I work at. I sometimes set up outside, and for 2 or 3 hours play tunes to the people coming into the store. They love it. They really do. Uh, and some hang out, some don't. But they all give a little bit of a smile. You know, I just play a bunch of the old rock and roll and the country songs and stuff, and and you'd be amazed. And even the people inside working, they come out on their break and listen to it for a bit. Maybe I find a song they like. It puts a smile on their face. Think of some way you can put a smile on someone's face. Like there was a lady, I know I mentioned her in a recent posting, that cooked all sorts of casseroles and brought a nice big casserole to the state police, another one to the local police in our town, brought one to our supermarket, and just said, "Here, you folks are working so hard. Here's a nice meal. Dig in." That kind of thing. Think of something you can do. Frankly, my Lord's Prayer moments are that. That's why I'm doing them. The I find that to be a good prayer, and so I find some positive thing going on in our not so positive world right now, and bring it to people's attention and follow it up with the Lord's Prayer. That's kind of my contribution. Um, you see what I'm saying? There's must be something you can do. Gosh, go out and make a bunch of oatmeal cookies, and I don't know, take them. Maybe leave them at a senior care center. Um, you see what I'm saying. There's got to be stuff you can do, and with the internet, there's all sorts of ways to communicate with people. And check maybe on your street. There's a few elderly people. Maybe let them know you're there to help them with a chore or something, or if you're not contagious, if you know you're not, maybe you go over there and they aren't contagious. Maybe you go over there and you talk with them for a bit, or call them on the phone for crying out loud. Nice long phone call. They'd probably love that. I'm just saying. Uh, if Or take them for a drive somewhere. Yeah, out in there must be a beautiful area somewhere in your neck of the woods, a park or something. Well, go with them and just let them kind of walk and talk with you. You see what I'm saying? There's countless things that can be done if you're of a mind to. I'm sure hospitals could probably use volunteers. I would think churches could probably use volunteers, and your town probably could use some people to do a few things. Maybe there's some event you could. Well, now with winter coming, it might be tough, but you see what I'm saying. Maybe you got a hill on your property. You could open it up to sleigh riding for the kids. For the maybe if you're worried about getting sued if a kid gets hurt, well, maybe sign a waiver or something. There must be some way it can all be worked out. And there you are. I think looking for positive, pleasant, helpful things to do, uh, aimed at getting a person to smile at least for a little, I think that might be uh, an effort worth exerting, in my opinion. Anyway, I just thought I'd say, no. Again, even sometimes the simplest of things will will work. So give it a thought, and go easy on one another too. All this looking for intrigue and all this. No, I think it's just basic uh, preservation that people are worried about. They're worried about getting sick and dying, and they're also worried about their businesses falling apart and dying, and seeing all that effort go down the tubes. Um, so keep that in mind when someone's complaining. Maybe that's the person to work on, and see what you can do to get them perhaps a little happier. Chances are, underneath it all, they're scared crazy. Okay, I just thought I'd say, God bless, friends, and I don't know if I made sense, but there you go. I my wife says I don't make much sense anyway, but she loves me. Okay, I'll see you later. Oh, and I love her. See you later, friends. Bye now.